Hi, health coaches. It's Carmen Hunter, your health coach with a functional approach, coming to you with health coaching tip number 5. So today I did an hour-long Q&A with some coaches, and actually thought that one of the things that I talked about was a great idea for a health coach tip, and that was one of the very first things I talked about was, when we give messages or advice or recommendations or suggestions to our clients, that maybe we need to think about those messages being for us as well. So what I mean by that is, for example, some of you know that I recently had shoulder surgery, and this particular situation with my shoulder started a long time ago, but I kept on pushing through and doing CrossFit and exercising and thinking, well, it's not hurting anything in my life, so I'm just going to kind of ignore it and go on with my life. And as a health coach, I know that I try to walk the walk when it comes to living healthy, doing the right things for myself, and trying to set a good example for my clients. And, I thought about maybe, I think I've got everything dialed in, is what I thought. I've got my food dialed in. I'm in bed early. I take really good care of myself as far as working on my stress. I move my body in a way that feels good to me. So, I thought I had everything pretty dialed in. But one of the things that I was missing and what I was ignoring was that my body was sending me messages. And that was coming in the way of having some low mobility in my shoulder and tightness in my shoulder and being uncomfortable waking up with pain, those kinds of things. And so instead of just listening to that message and maybe backing off of some of the exercise or getting it checked out or doing something different so that I could get some better mobility, I just kept on pushing through. And then one day, actually there's a couple of experiences or times where I was talking to clients and I was saying, maybe you ought to slow down a little bit and not exercise so much. Maybe you should start yoga. Maybe you should take a break from all of that running. And I was giving these recommendations to them, consider doing something different so physically you can start to feel better. So anyway, today I was explaining to the coaches that there are just some times in our lives when we are giving advice to people that maybe that message is meant for us as well. And so I encourage you, this is a tip that encourages you to, to look at what you're telling your clients. So the next time that maybe you're giving advice to somebody or you're making a recommendation for them to consider something, maybe you think about that message for yourself. And as an example I used today was on dairy. So let's just say that you have a client who has, a lot of mucus in their throat or in their nose, and they just can't get rid of it. They've given up gluten and they just don't know what else it could be. And you say, maybe you want to get rid of dairy because dairy can cause a lot of mucus, and that could be part of your problem. Well, maybe you've been having problems by staying up coughing and you've got mucus in your throat and you're just not feeling all that great. And so maybe that message is for you as well. So maybe you think about the next time that you tell one of your clients to consider making a change or doing something different, think about what that message might mean for you. It's very similar to mirroring, and I believe in mirroring. Like when we meet someone that really gets on our nerves or something they say or do gets under our skin, I like to turn around and look at myself and think about how maybe that is something that I need to look at for myself. And as an example, I have a perfectionistic father, and everything always has to be just so. And it's one of the things that drives my husband crazy about me is that I have always been that person that likes things to be just so-called perfect, or everything has their place. And I know that that can be annoying, and it actually gets on my own nerves too about how perfect I am about those things. So ever since I recognized that particular thing in my own dad that got on my nerves a little bit when I would go home for visits and stuff, I've tried to pay attention to it for myself as well. So the message for today is in order to strengthen yourself as a health coach, be as good as you possibly can be authentic, and look at maybe there's a message in the things that you're sharing with your clients that could be meant for you as well. So if we live presently and we pay attention to the things that we say and the actions that we take in our own lives and the things that we are recommending and suggesting to our clients, it only makes us better as coaches to be more aware, more authentic, and more honest in our approach to helping them reach their goals or overcome conditions and problems. So, anyway, that's health coach tip number 5. And I encourage you to, if you've gotten this video by way of seeing it on a Facebook page or something like that, I encourage you to sign up and so you can have access to the library of all of these videos. This is where I post my Q&A videos. This is where you're going to find all of these tips and tricks. And that way you can go back and revisit them or and look at them anytime you feel like it. So also would like to encourage you to keep your eyes and ears open, because coming in early spring, I am launching my course that teaches all of these things and so much more to coaches. I'm going to actually give people the ability to coach, going to give you the steps how to do it, going to give you all the things that you need to get going and actually get out there and be a coach. So keep your eyes open. I will be doing some promotions. I'll be sharing some information, doing lots of free Q&As and webinars in preparation. So anyway, I hope you have a wonderful evening and a great week. No matter when you're listening to this, stay present, be authentic, and just be the best you that you can be. Thanks. Have a great day.